Olivia always believed she understood her marriage. It was built on habit and mutual respect, not passion, but stability had felt enough for many years. She and her husband Robert shared mornings' coffee and quiet conversations about plans that rarely changed. Their life moved forward without conflict and without excitement. Olivia told herself that this was what adulthood looked like. One evening while Robert was in the shower, his phone buzzed on the nightstand. Olivia did not intend to look. She never checked his messages. But the screen lit up with a name she did not recognize and a sentence that froze her in place. "I miss you already." The words were simple yet heavy. Olivia felt a rush of heat and then cold. She stared at the phone as if it might explain itself. The shower stopped. Olivia placed the phone back exactly where it was and sat on the bed trying to slow her breathing. Robert came out drying his hair, smiling casually, and asked if she wanted tea. She nodded. Her voice would not come. That night Olivia lay awake listening to Robert sleep beside her. Every memory replayed differently now. The late nights, the sudden trips, the way he sometimes smiled at messages he never shared. Olivia realized that trust did not disappear all at once. It slipped quietly through moments ignored. By morning she knew she could not forget what she had seen. And she knew that asking the truth would change everything. The next days felt unreal to Olivia, as if she were moving through her own life as an observer. Robert behaved as he always had. He made jokes in the morning, complained about work, and kissed her on the cheek before leaving. Nothing in his tone suggested guilt. That unsettled her more than anger would have. Olivia began to watch carefully. She noticed how often Robert checked his phone and how he turned the screen away without thinking. She noticed how his schedule had become less predictable. When she asked casual questions, he answered easily, too easily. Each response felt practiced. One afternoon Olivia decided to leave work early. She did not tell Robert. She came home and found the house empty. On the kitchen counter his laptop was open. Olivia stood there for a long moment, fighting herself. She knew crossing this line would change her forever. But the line had already moved. She sat down and saw an email open on the screen. It was not explicit, but it was intimate. Words about missing someone, about stolen moments and waiting. Olivia felt a sharp pain behind her eyes. She closed the laptop gently. That evening when Robert came home, Olivia asked how his day had been. He smiled and said it was long. She asked where he had been after work. He hesitated, then said he stayed late at the office. Olivia nodded. The lie was clear now. That night, Olivia cried quietly in the bathroom, staring at her reflection. She wondered when her marriage had become a place where truth no longer lived. She wondered if Robert planned to leave, or if he planned to keep living two lives. More than anything, she wondered how long she could carry this alone. Olivia reached a point where silence felt heavier than the truth. She moved through her days with a calm that surprised even her. Inside she was preparing herself. That evening she cooked dinner slowly, choosing each movement with care. When Robert came home she asked him to sit with her at the table. He noticed her tone and frowned slightly. Olivia asked him directly if there was someone else. The question hung in the air. Robert laughed once and said she was imagining things. Olivia did not raise her voice. She told him about the message and the email. She told him she knew he had lied. Robert's face changed in small ways, first confusion, then fear, then resignation. He sat back and ran a hand through his hair. He admitted it had been going on for months. He said it started without meaning. He said he never planned to hurt her. Olivia listened without interruption. When he finished she asked why he never talked to her about being unhappy. Robert said he did not think it mattered. That answer hurt more than the affair. Olivia asked if he loved the other woman. Robert said he did not know. Olivia realized that not knowing was its own choice. She told him she needed time. That night Robert slept on the couch. Olivia lay alone listening to the house she once thought was safe. She understood that the confrontation was not an ending. It was the moment everything became impossible to ignore. The days after the confession passed quietly. Robert tried to speak, often explaining himself, repeating apologies that sounded worn. Olivia listened, but felt distant, as if she were already stepping away. She moved through the house, noticing details she had ignored for years. The routine that once felt comforting now felt empty. One evening Olivia asked Robert if he was willing to end the affair completely. He said yes, but his voice carried hesitation. Olivia recognized it immediately. She understood that promises made out of fear were fragile. She told Robert she needed honesty, not effort shaped by guilt. Robert admitted he was confused about what he wanted. The truth settled heavily between them. Olivia realized she could not rebuild her life on uncertainty. She packed a small bag and told Robert she was leaving for a while. He did not stop her. The space gave Olivia clarity. She began to imagine a future not defined by waiting or doubt. When she returned weeks later, it was to speak calmly and clearly. She told Robert she was choosing herself. The marriage ended without anger, only acceptance. As Olivia walked away, she felt grief but also strength. She understood that betrayal did not only break trust. It revealed where love had already ended.